Welcome to Big Monster Georgie's gaming channel. Today we will be covering the iOS release of Final Fantasy VII. It dropped earlier this year in July, and I just have to say this game is so awesome, so much nostalgia. It's like being back in 1997 when you had the PS1 and you bought the game and you turned it on for the first time and the music comes on and you're just like, oh my god, how is this game so awesome? The game basically looks the same way it did in the PS1. They kept the aspect ratio of 4:3 instead of stretching it out to 16:9, which in my opinion, it was the right way to go. Because let's be honest, if you bought the game from the PlayStation Store on your PS3, you may have noticed they stretched it out to fit the screen and it just looks terrible. So kudos to you developers for making this game look and feel as raw as the day it first came out. So without further ado, let's get on with some gameplay from Final Fantasy VII iOS. Hello. So here we are with the Chocobos. Square's off doing its intro thing. We just made a badass game. And that song gives me chills till today. Start new game. Here we are with the beautiful stars. Feels like a nice chilly night, doesn't it? Wind blowing. The nice cool light coming from the moon. Everything's nice, everything's gravy, man. It almost looks like snow. And then there she was. Ariel. The first time I ever turned this game on, I wondered if she would have anything to do with the rest of the series or if she was just a girl there in the intro. I was in for a surprise. And there you have it, folks, the beautiful city of Midgard. Wow. This game is so grand. It's like on such a grand scale that just even starting out, you're going through this city and you have no idea what kind of adventure lies in front of you. You don't even know that this is just the beginning. Chills, people, chills right now. And then after that awesome intro, they boom! Action! Everybody's getting kicked all over the place. Everybody get off the train. Come on, newcomer, follow me. Can't forget our potions. Uh-oh, who's this? Oh, what do these scoundrels want with me? Never mind that. Oh, you're shooting at me. Oh, here, take that. Get cut, get cut. You know you gotta be a bad mofo when bullets hit you and you only take a 4 damage. But it's okay. Here, take this lightning bolt right down your head. Leveling up already. So taking a look at the actual game itself, you see that we have the controls. They're basically laid out the same way the PS1 controller was laid out. I guess the buttons on the bottom right, they're kind of weird the way they're set up, but it works out. I didn't really have any kind of lag issues. One thing I did notice is that now your default, I guess, speed is to run instead of walk, which is kind of cool because you don't want to be holding down, I guess it would be B the whole time that you gotta walk all over the place, and I'm sure it does cut down a lot of the time it takes to like finish this game. So here I go, our heroes. Yeah, this guy has to face that he doesn't trust me, huh? Nope, no walking here. We run everywhere we go. You know, I used to be in the army, and in basic training, we were not allowed to walk. It was run, run, run everywhere you went. Unless you were indoors, of course, but it was basically go all the time, which actually came in handy for, let's just say combat purposes. What's this thing? Oh, we got a panther now? Some type of alien panther? Tentacle. He has his tail in the back of his head. It's either a tail or it's some type of like dread. It's like a Jamaican panther. Get cut. Bum 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 bum. So cool. So you'll notice at times, like right there, I got stuck because when you're running around all over the place, sometimes you can overshoot your I guess objective of where you want to go. And now we're inside. No, I don't no longer work for Shinra. You know, it's funny, but you would think that they're basically going over what the game is about with telling you how they're sucking the life from the planet or whatever, which it kind of is what the game is about, but there's just so much more. Oh. I don't care about the reactor. I don't care about this planet either. Oh, how dare you not care? Let me just go back and disappear inside of you, bro. That was a long elevator ride. Oh, it's time for some kung fu fighting! So now we got like these little robot looking things. Oh, beam of light straight to the chest. So obviously, they're robots. Electricity's gonna hurt them pretty bad, as you can see. I didn't even need to use the boat, but whatever. Level it up, baby. Level everything up. Give me my gill. Going down the stairs. Damn. Everybody wants a piece of me, yo. Warning, warning. Enemy sighted. I'm gonna show this guy what happens when you don't pay your electric bill. You get the chair, baby. Oh! You got the fire? Well, I'll fire back. I like this little like jazzy tune here. No, 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 no. Sorry. Valuable information. Press A every time you're in front of a ladder. I even do that in real life. I walk up to a ladder and I just press A. You may be wondering how that works. It's just one of those perks in life. One of those hacks. Can you imagine running fast as hell down those like narrow tubes, dude? I think I'd probably slip. I don't know. Oh, we got that bad robot from RoboCop. What? Here you go, bro. You can take that. That's like a funny jab stab thing they got going on there. Took it to an end real quick. Alright, maybe on the next one. You know, I didn't even know that this game was available for the iOS. I looked for it about a year ago, thinking that they would have it, and obviously they didn't, and I was really disappointed. I saw that they did have the other Final Fantasies, but since this was my favorite one, I was like, I'll just hold off till they have 7. And by coincidence, I forgot what I typed in the App Store, and boom, Final Fantasy VII popped up, and I'm like, no way. And I looked at it and I read the reviews and everybody said, yep, this is the real deal McGill. And I'm like, whoa. All right, well, you know, I mean, it costs $15 to download. But I mean, just looking at it, you could tell that this game, it's way more worth than the $15 you pay. And I'm not trying to convince you or sell the game to you. I'm telling you exactly how I feel about it. I love it. Let's blow up this place. Oh, what's this? Restore. We're about to blow up the reactor. Fine, I'll do it. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's just a reactor! And you're just reacting to the reactor. Yeah, sorry, bro. I was getting flashbacks, man. Whoop, whoop, what's going on? Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Who is this? Search scope. Look at this guy. I'm wondering, what's the point of having the search scope? I mean, what I don't really know what it does. I just know it never brought me any type of like losses, you know? Like, see, he just shot at me. Yeah, now I lost some HP, obviously. Oh, here's my first limit break. The braver. 'Cause I'm brave. Oh, that was always my favorite, to get limit breaks. And then see everybody's different limit breaks and see them as they progress throughout the game. That was always awesome. Locked on target. Shocking! Whoa! That took 72 HP from me, bro. And the big shot. Alright. Oh, I guess you shouldn't attack this guy while his tail's up. But I can do this. You know the animation on this guy, he looks like he's shaking, he looks scared, he's like, oh, oh. But you know that stinger, man, that thing will get you good. And back in action. You would think that Barrett would have some type of materia magic at the beginning of the game. I mean, I understand that, you know, it's the beginning of a game, but... Oh! Someone just had a short fuse. Going back to the whole Barrett thing. I mean, this guy's like a skilled, you know, warrior kind of guy. He should have had at least one materia himself too, but... that's just the way the game is. He will have this assault gun though. Come on, man, let's get out of here. 10 minutes before this whole place blows up. But first, let's equip you with stuff, huh? And let's just casually save. I'm using save 2 for this broadcast. I already had my first game going, but obviously, you know, I want to do the whole game through this broadcast in parts and acts, so obviously I wanted to do it in a whole different save slots. Oh, a back attack. Look at these backstabbers. Jeez, man. Hold on. Here. Get shot, boy. Get shot. Who am I trying to hit? You know, it's cool how this song started so long ago, and yet it's still not boring because the action in the game is so intense. Look at this. And the fact that now you run everywhere you go. I mean, you always ran anywhere you went either, but now you have to run everywhere you go unless you press a button to not run. It actually makes the game more exciting. It seems like it's just a slightly faster pace than if you were just, you know, walking everywhere, I guess, you know. I mean, obviously, I know you don't have to walk everywhere, but when you get tired of holding that button so you could run all over the place, that just, you know, that does get a little, like, tedious. Yeah, this guy looks like a flower, man. You got a flower kicking my butt, man. What's going on? 8 minutes to go. Also, if you notice at the bottom, they have an encounters on button. And that basically what it does, it turns off all of your, I guess, normal encounters when you're running through the game. But I don't understand what the point of having that button there is, because how else are you gonna level up? How else are you gonna, you know, level up your materia and level up your weapons and yourself and your friends? It makes no sense to have it there. And then I was thinking, why would they have it there? And I guess it's just so you can straight up go into the bosses. But if you start reaching those mid-level, like, strong bosses and you haven't promoted yourself, how are you supposed to beat them? That makes no sense to me. I think these guys were called Marines. This game's so crispy looking, man. You know, there's actually a modded Final Fantasy VII that somebody went out and remade. And, I mean, it's basically the same game. It looks exactly the same as it does now, except that the graphics are just a little bit tighter, man. Like, you could actually see like more definition as you could get closer to the people. Like if you look at this graphic right now, you look at Cloud, he looks very blocky, he looks like, I don't know, not smooth, you know, like sharp edges. And go online, just check it out on YouTube. Type in Final Fantasy VII modded remake, and you'll actually be surprised. It looks really nice, man. That'd be super cool if they would have had that instead of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously having this is amazing, but I mean, it's pretty legit. Whoever made it, that's a great job. Oh, preemptive attack. Surprise! Oh, excuse me. I was just trying to tap you on the shoulder, man. Oh, now this is what? Come on. Would you like to meet my sword? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to the end of the world. Or at least till this place blows up. Everybody's running. Now everybody wants to fight. Oh, we got more of these little robot things. This wasn't really the first Final Fantasy VII game that I ever played. The first Final Fantasy game I ever played was Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo. And that game blew my mind too, man. That game was amazing, because you gotta think, you know, I mean, obviously any of these games, all of these graphics, they're not anything special anymore, you know. But when you really get into the stories and you see how well written wow, look at that. Boom. I literally got attached to almost every character in this game. So when somebody would die or like go away for good, oh man, I felt it. I felt it. All of the action is done. Everybody's hanging out. Now it's time to go back to the hangout. Where did this fire come from? What's going on? I don't understand. This never made any sense to me. Where is this fire coming from? Maybe Barrett blew up the door and I don't know. So now everybody rendezvous. So going back to the graphics thing, you know, it's funny how far along video gaming has come. Have you guys seen the demo to Final Fantasy 15? Oh my god, man. That thing looks ridiculous. I mean, just the textures and the style of playing. I mean, the style of playing is completely different. It almost feels like a first-person shooter RPG type of game to me, which I guess that's what it is. I guess that's where this is evolving to. But looking at Final Fantasy 15, man, wow. And I will have gameplay for that up here, hopefully in the next few weeks. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't really wait for the whole game to drop next year, man. I think it's supposed to drop around February or March. But yeah, man, I'm anxious for that one. But if you think I'm anxious for that one, you know I am anxious for the brand new Final Fantasy VII remake, complete from the ground up remake of this game, yo. It's gonna be PS4, 3D graphics, craziness. I think they said that they're not gonna make it to where you're running around kind of in the same style as like Final Fantasy Type 0, which I have, which I will put up some gameplay for that too. It's gonna actually more than likely be the same way that this game is, where the players aren't really moving, except that the graphics will be updated. Actually, I think I have the Wikipedia page open for it on my phone right now. Let me see if I do or no or don't. Because man, it was a good read. So here's the Wikipedia page for the Final Fantasy VII. And it says, under announcements, the title's existence was confirmed during Sony's E3 2015 press conference. News of the announcement had been leaked several hours prior by gaming news website Siliconera. Square Enix revealed that the game had entered production sometime before the PlayStation 4 port of the original Final Fantasy VII was announced in December of 2014. The dual intentions of having key individuals from the original development team involved in boosting Japanese interest in the PlayStation 4 were quoted by game director Tetsuya Nomura as being the deciding factors in development beginning after a long period of deliberation within the company. Nomura also mentioned that the game would not be a simple remake and that the scenario writer Katsugi Nojima is working on new story content for the title, which is very interesting because I don't really think this game has any plot holes per se. Maybe some of the things were unnecessary and I could see where some things could maybe get cut out. But in all reality, I mean, this storyline is just great. Maybe if they change a couple lines here and there to make it a little bit more of a updated kind of style of talking, I guess. But, oh, check me out, jumping on this train. Boom. I do that in real life, son. Hopefully, they won't make too many changes to the storyline. But I trust them anyway. If whatever they do, man, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I mean, they can't make everybody happy, and you know, who knows? Maybe I won't be happy with it, and you know, I'll let you guys know if I don't like it. I'll let you guys know real quick, because that would be the biggest heartbreaker of my life, or at least one of the biggest heartbreaks in my life. So now we're in the train. Well, I'm not in the train yet, but technically I am in the train. I'm like the invisible guy, because I'm on top of the train. And everybody's talking crap about me after I just blew up the damn reactor. They be reacting when I blow up the reactor. You open the door, man! Cloud! As in iCloud. Oh, you know, just making a big scene. What's going on? So yeah, it's a lot of good stuff coming out for the Final Fantasy VII line, man. The series is it's pretty strong. I think it's pretty strong. I mean, there's a huge following for it everywhere. You see cosplay for this all over the place. You know, people still love this stuff. I mean, just the fact that they just they just made Final Fantasy. Well, they're about to make Final Fantasy 15, and it looks so incredible. I mean, you know, this whole role-playing RPG type games, these things are as powerful as they've ever been. I think I like RPGs more than I like first-person shooters. It depends. If I'm back in my army mode, if I'm in like my veteran, like, yo, I just want to shoot stuff mode, then yeah, I'm gonna bust out the Battlefield 4. I'm gonna bust out the Call of Duties. You know, I'm gonna bust out the Counter-Strikes, the Borderlands. I'm gonna bust out those games out, but I like games that make you think in like future long terms, you know, like decisions I make here, when I talk to this person, it's gonna have an effect, I don't know, 30 hours down the line into the game. Oh man, maybe I should have said or done this instead, and now I would be in a different situation. I like that. Like right now, you know, you're making choices, like these little choices, it's all algorithms. It's all algorithms as to where you're gonna take yourself within the game. It's really fully submersible, you know? And I mean, I guess in a way, obviously, you know, you play Call of Duty, and you play these FPSs, and you submerge yourself in those games just as much, but just it's in a different way, you know. I'm gonna have some gameplay for a lot of FPSs. Obviously, I mean, I am a veteran. I'm actually a war veteran, and those games sometimes they really do help with PTSD. But that's a whole other video, and it will be coming out because, you know, shout out to my veterans, man. Like, hell, man. And shout out to all the troops out there, you know, protecting the country. I mean, crap. Where else would we be, you know? Now we're looking at the city of Midgard. Incredible, huh? You're on the train ride in a video game. Think about that. Let that sink in. Whisper, whisper. Nuts, man. Where else could you feel like you're being entertained and playing a video game when you're really not doing anything right now? I mean, you just came from some crazy action, son. You just shot down that robot scorpions with the stinger and those RoboCop thing looking robots too, and flowers that attacked you and set you on fire. But now all of a sudden you're here, you're relaxing in the train, man. It's just like, wow, I just blew up a major reactor. Pretty crazy. Yep. I'm just full of surprises. You know, it's funny, man, but you really think about what this guy's saying, and real life isn't too far from this, you know? Like, I mean, I don't really truly believe that, you know, this whole 1%er stuff, you know, but I mean, there are people, I've seen it, man. I've been to Iraq, I've been to a bunch of, you know, third world countries, and you do see these people starving, and you're like, wow, like, I'm over here traveling, I'm, you know, on vacation, and here I am looking at these people basically dying of starvation. And that's kind of what this game is about, you know? And like, that's one of the things about these RPG games, these Final Fantasy games, that you could actually relate a lot of the stuff that they say in the game to your own life, or to just life in general. You could be like, you know what? Yeah, I understand that. I could see where somebody wrote this, because this is kind of what's really going on. Everybody over here, yo, out the train. Yes, the mission was a success. Next one's gonna be a big bada boom. What do you have to say? Sometimes I talk to everybody within the screen, because you would think that, you know, they may not have anything interesting to say, but all of a sudden they'll tip you off on like going in a certain direction, and boom, you run into some stuff that you need, or somebody that's gonna give you something. You know, it's worth it to talk to everybody, I think. You know, it's somebody took the time to write whatever the hell that character has to say. So, and there you have it, folks, Act 1. So please comment down below, which Final Fantasy are you mostly looking forward to coming out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and rock on!